Welcome to Trashland.
Hello.
9 a.m., never too early to get trashed. Good morning, guys. So welcome to another fantastic beach clean morning. And I decided to take another bit of an adventure. I drove about an hour away to actually do something a little different, which was meet up with a fellow beach cleaner. And I've cleaned with her before. She's really into sea glass, beach combing type stuff, but also picking up trash, obviously, as it is unavoidable. So I'm very excited to sort of collaborate with her on just seeing what trash treasures we can find. You know, particularly I think it's low tide now, so we're going to explore some exposed territory for some new trash and see what we find. So yeah, I think she's just about arriving now, so let's go meet up and hit the early morning sands to get trashed. Welcome to Trashland. 9 a.m., never too early to get trashed. All right, so we just finished our awesome, beautiful beach clean. Really lovely out. I wanted to film out on the beach, but the wind really picked up towards the end there. So we're just, as we do when it gets a little too windy, just share some trash treasures with you inside the car before we head off. Special thank you again to Long Island Beachcomber. I'll link her account in the description. Fantastic fellow beach cleaner. And she, you know, really is a big proponent of everything in terms of trash collecting, but you know, her account is primarily sea glass as well. And today we didn't find a lot of sea glass, unfortunately. And that's just sometimes how it goes. Sometimes you go out, you find a ton of sea glass, you find a ton of different types of trash, and then other days you don't find a whole lot of much of anything. In terms of trash, however, you do find usually something. And so today we found a lot of little pieces. You know, I think there were some big beach cleanups over the weekend. And so a lot of the big normal stuff that you would find, such as bottles, big bags, big balloons, that sort of stuff, wasn't really there. The beach actually looked pretty clean. But when you went up into the tide line sort of mucky type stuff of dried seaweed and brush and all those things that people usually avoid because it's just kind of gross and nasty, ton of stuff in there, and tinier stuff, again, that you can't really notice until you look more closely, flip it over, see what else is in there. So a lot of bottle caps, a lot of strings from ribbons from balloons, netting that had broken apart from fishing gear and that sort of stuff, fishing line, all the typical nonsense that you do find beach cleaning was in fact there. And so I just shared some of my favorite, saved some of my favorite treasures to show as some examples that, again, you know, you might go out, it's low tide, you expect to find lots of stuff, but the stuff that you do find is a little bit more secretive in that way. But it's just as terrible for the environment. And so, for example, found lots of this type stuff, this plastic wire fiber stuff that, again, it just tangles up biomass, which is not great for your local beach and local environment. Stuff people leave behind, like chapsticks, lots of lighters. These are obviously terrible for the environment, right? Because not only are they plastic, but they are also full of chemicals. Good maybe if you're trying to survive on a beach, but otherwise not so much, right? Straws, you know, if you think the straw apocalypse is over, it's not quite yet. And then some funner things. Found a good shot glass, so take a shot of seawater if you're so inclined. Toys left over from the summer. Again, summer's over. Summer ended yesterday, I think. But a lot of the trash is still here. So toys, boats, and shovels, and that sort of stuff. My favorite trash item of the day, a little binky or pacifier, whatever you may know it as. So again, whether that was left behind here from the summer or it washed up here from roadside runoff, who knows? But, you know, again, I think it's worth reiterating what I always say in all the videos that I post, that the trash is always cycling back to the ocean and to different marine environments. And so picking it up, you know, acknowledging that it's going to be here year round, I think this is the best time of year to beach clean, because you don't have the summer crowds, you don't have the summer heat. But again, everything that wasn't picked up over the summer has been left behind and it's moving around. So you might go to a spot where last week there wasn't much trash, but now the waves and the tides and the wind have moved trash there. So there's plenty to pick up now, and especially given the fact as well that stuff is always running downstream, downriver, through storm drains, from, you know, litter inland, tipped over garbage cans, all that sort of, you know, stuff that ends up eventually at the beach. It makes sense, right? If plastic takes hundreds of years to degrade, that's plenty of time for it to make it down to the water. So yeah, a lot of interesting finds today at this beautiful wide open beach, as you can see from, you know, some of those shots that I took earlier. But yeah, really fun just to, you know, get out, spend a couple hours in the morning, and go out with the, you know, somebody who is also interested in beach cleaning. You know, that's something that obviously most of my videos are what I call solo cleans, just going out by myself. But it's great to go out and meet new people, you know, share your experiences with them, you know, learn tips from them in terms of how they look for trash and where they find trash. And it's really amazing how much you learn in terms of different ways of, you know, looking for and finding stuff to either recycle or reclaim and just clean up, you know, do a little bit of something. And, you know, I tell people too, especially during the times of the year where it's a little more isolated out and about beach cleaning, there's fewer people, the weather can be a little trickier, it's probably safer to go out with somebody beach cleaning. And, you know, even when you do long hikes, you do have to be careful, because if you fall, you know, trip, slip down a dune, whatever, and you twist an ankle or something, it can be dangerous. You know, I haven't heard any stories, but I can imagine that obviously it could be sort of problematic to find yourself injured and alone out on a secluded beach, isolated from nobody at an adverse time of the year. So it's not a bad idea to go out beach cleaning with somebody else, again, whether just to get them involved as well, or just to have somebody to socialize with too. And, you know, just in case things go awry, you know, you have somebody to rely on. But anyways, those are just my pieces of advice and experience for you today. I'm rambling more than usual, which I feel like I always say, because it's true, but I really need coffee because it is early and we did do quite a bit of beach cleaning. I don't know how many pounds I got today, probably at least 10. but and my co-cleaner, she got plenty too. So we definitely got probably 15-20 pounds of trash, I would say, maybe. So fair amount. But again, I'm delirious, so I'm going to call it there. Once more, very special thank you to my fellow beach cleaner, Long Island Beachcomber. She's linked in the description. Thanks for joining, as always. Very excited. I think we've doubled our subscribers in the past week or two, which is awesome. So thank you everybody who's new for joining, checking out our videos. And if you like what you see, obviously, please do subscribe. Share, these videos with people who you think might be interested, because as I always say, every bit counts. And it's been amazing to just hear from people who tell me that, yeah, watching the last video or a couple videos ago, that it's inspired them to clean their local town or beach or whatever the case may be. So it's really cool to see, and I'm really glad that that message is getting out. So thanks again, as always, and until next week, and we'll post on Friday as we always do. But until next week, stay safe, clean well, and hope to see you on the beach.